I made a promise with you guys a couple weeks ago that I would make a Toronto apartment tour, and I won't lie to you guys, ever since I moved here, I basically had all my friends out in the city asking me when do they get to come see my place, where do I live, when's that Project X party, and as much as they begged, I said no guys. You guys who are actually watching this video actually get to see my apartment tour first, not any of them. Then I got kind of stumped because I didn't know how to make a good apartment tour, and so look, behold, I went on YouTube and I started to search up Toronto apartment tours in general, and then boom, I saw all these viral videos of apartment tours, and I was just thinking to myself that I could probably learn a thing or two from watching these videos, hopefully. I started to watch these videos and they were amazing. They were the perfect apartment tours, but then slowly I started to realize that I probably wasn't even learning anymore. Rather, I was more being flexed on about all the assets that they own within the apartment than actually getting a tour. For example, they'll casually be walking from one room to the other and be like,
and that, guys, is the washroom. Let's move over to the living room and, what's this? Is that my Louis Vuitton backpack that you see hanging on the drywall over there? Oh, that right there? Oh, it's just a gift from my parents. No big deal.
And honestly guys, I was kind of thinking to myself, boy oh boy, do I wish I could flex on my expensive items, but you'll probably realize in my tour that I don't have any expensive assets. So in this week's video, I'm going to be sharing what $17.50 rent gets you out in Toronto. And without further ado, let's begin the tour. This place is about 650 square feet, and although that is a decently sized apartment, I definitely lose out on the square footage of the hallway up here. I guess the only neat thing about this little mini hallway, besides it taking away space from other areas in the apartment, is that I guess I can play bowling or something. Based on the videos and pictures that I saw before signing this apartment, I know that the last previous tenant actually put a lot of paintings on the drywalls over here that maybe I can throw on. Not much of a painting person, but I'm trying to really think about utilizing this space to the max because there's so much space here. I just don't know what to do with it. Moving on to the tour is kind of like that little mini section over here that's between the living room and the entrance, and this is the closet space that I have over here, which for obvious reason it is closed because this is where I carry all my garbage. So right beside that closet area that you guys saw, right behind this is actually the laundry machine that I guess I could show you guys what it looks like. So as you can tell behind me, this is the laundry machine. It is one of the older ones, just given that it is a top loader instead of a front load. So it does use a little bit more water, but I have no complaint. It works great, and actually I think it washes and dries things even faster than my old laundry machine out in Calgary. If you're really lazy and you don't want to put your clothing into a laundry basket every time, you know what you should do? Every time you have clean clothing coming from the top, right? Once you're done using it for the day, you just throw it into the wash right here. Like, don't turn on the machine, just use it as the basket as the washer, and then you just recycle back and right. I don't advise it, but if you're really lazy, that's something you could potentially do. So we have the closet space, the laundry machine, and right next to the laundry machine, of course, is the bathroom. This right here, guys, is the washroom. I don't know what I can say much about this bathroom other than, I don't know, it works. Water comes out from the shower head, water comes from the sink, the toilet doesn't clog itself. So the annoying thing about to open this door and actually leave this washroom is that you have to take basically a few steps back before you can actually leave. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So that is the bathroom section, and as we transition over to the living room, and wait, what's this? Is this my Louis Vuitton backpack that you see over here? Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. So this right here is my living space. I spend majority of my time throughout the day in this living room. If you can't tell behind me, right there, that is my working desk where I work my 9 to 5 and also where I actually shoot my YouTube videos. Based on some of the other apartments that I visited in Toronto, I found for this layout is a little bit more wider. I find that a lot of Toronto apartments are a little bit more narrow, but in this living space right here, it's considered a little more spacious compared to the ones that I've seen. I guess the one drawback of it being in that corner unit is that I don't know exactly where to put all my furniture. For example, although you see this TV stand over here, I'm not sure where to put the couch that I eventually want to buy. Like, I'll show you guys. So as of right now, I put my TV and my TV stand, and I'm trying to figure out where exactly I would put the sofa, where like I could, for example, put it out here, but then again, it will probably take up a lot of my space in the living room. So still trying to figure out the most optimal spot to put my future sofa or even a dining table out over here. So that is the living space. Let's move over now to the bedroom. This right here, guys, is my bedroom, and the reason why I'm on this bed right now is that there's actually not too much space in here. I'm only able to fit a queen size bed. Another great perk, similar to the living room, is that I actually get 2 side windows, because being based out in the corner of this unit, that I get so much sunlight in the morning. So a lot of times I don't even need a alarm clock, because I just use the natural light that's coming into this room. As I mentioned before, because this room is pretty tiny, I can only put a queen size bed and only have a few little space to walk around to see the amazing view that's behind me. But I figured in general, a bedroom is supposed to be used just for sleeping anyway, so I figured instead of like shoving a TV or even my desk out here. So that's pretty much it for my bedroom. Now let's head over to the final section, and that is the kitchen part of my apartment. Last but not least, guys, we have the kitchen part of the apartment, and I must say, in comparison to the one that I was living in Calgary, it is a little bit smaller, if you can't tell from me walking. But the one nice thing is that they actually replaced the countertops here recently. The kitchen does, however, have 2 sinks over here, and at the same time, there still includes a dishwasher out at the bottom over here. And I guess at the end of it, guys, the one thing that you absolutely need in a kitchen is a dishwasher. A dishwasher! I'm telling you, you need a dishwasher, because, you know, growing up, my parents were like,
don't use a dishwasher, Frank, because it uses way too much water.
When I was living on my own, I said, yeah, I will very well wash all my dishes and put it on the side and then use it for the next day. But then the moment I used the dishwasher, whoo, guys, I couldn't go back. So as I mentioned before, there's a little bit of a ledge out here, so I'm thinking of buying some bar stools to put on the side over here. It's just dependent whether I want to have bar stools on the kind of like this ledge over here, or if I want an actual dining table that I want to put out in the living room. But I'm still deciding, so let me know what your guys' thought is, whether I should buy bar stools or a dining table. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the kitchen section. Overall summary is that there's 2 sinks, a dishwasher. The trade-off is that even though there's less space, there is new countertops over here. And yeah, it gets the job done, so I can't complain over here. But I think that's pretty much it for the apartment tour. I showed you guys the hallway, the living space, the bathroom, the bedroom, and now the kitchen out here. And again, if you guys have any suggestions on how to best furnish this apartment or how I should decorate it, let me know in the comment section below. Love to read it and get your feedback on some of the ideas. Let's transition and head back now over to my desk. Alright guys, that is a wrap for the apartment tour, and I'm sure you're probably curious to know some of the details about my apartment that I will happily share right now. This apartment is considered a 1-bedroom with 650 square footage, in-suite laundry, dishwasher, and it also has underground parking and even has a storage space, so it was very similar to my place out in Calgary. In terms of rent costs, for anyone that's interested to know how much more I pay out in Toronto versus Calgary, well, out in Calgary I was paying $13.50 for that apartment that I was living in, and that apartment was fairly modern, fairly new with all these new appliances, versus out here, it does have everything I have out in Calgary, but this building is a little bit older, which is about 10 to 15 years old versus the one in Calgary, which was 5 years or younger. At the time of this video, according to rental.ca, all Canadian properties that are being rented out, the average is $17.69, so I guess I am happy that I am slightly under it. Not much, but I'll take it. Overall, I would have to admit that although this apartment is in a slightly older building, I would still prefer this unit specifically over the one I was living in Calgary, just given the layout of this unit. Being in the corner of this building, I get way more sunlight during the day, which is kind of blinding, but when I'm making YouTube videos as of right now, it's a win in that area. But anyhow, with that said guys, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching and seeing what $17.50 rent gets you out in Toronto. I really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, and I guess I'll see you guys all in my next video.